Hey there, Shelley Sanders, psychic medium and business intuitive, and welcome to True Self Tuesday. So, today our topic is what to do when there's not enough money. So, do me a favor, like the page so you'll know when I'm going live, and then also share so we can help as many people as possible that is currently struggling with money. All right, so let's jump right in. So, why would I bring up this topic and why talk about it now? So one of the things is I am a business intuitive and I absolutely love numbers and I love to help my clients make money. So, but here's the thing is when spirit allows you to do work that you really enjoy, it's important that I also spread it out so that it's not just with my business clients, but I can actually help you too. And the way that I can help you is in the form of understanding how to manifest money and how money is really spiritual, and then understanding how the pieces comes together so that it's much easier for you to receive money. So earlier today, before this live, I had went to Target just to pick up a few items. And when I got there, I noticed that the parking lot, it wasn't a lot of cars there. So I went through, I did my shopping, and then when I was done and when it was time to check out, here's what I noticed. There was only one cashier. So I thought, wow, that's really unusual for Target. And as a matter of fact, not only was it one cashier, but I was the only one person that was checking out at the time. And that usually does not happen. So the reason why I bring this up is you may find yourself in a similar situation to where maybe you're working a 9 to 5 job, but your hours were reduced. So instead of working that usual 40 hours, you might be working 32 hours. Or you might find that you receive a 10% cut in pay. So as we're experiencing this current economy where things are pretty wobbly, they're not quite steady, there's a lot of cutting back and reducing in the workforce, and it also means that that will affect your money. So if you currently find yourself in this situation, it's really time to kind of flip things around as far as your mindset and the money and start thinking about it in a brand new way. So here's what I mean. It's really important that you become adaptable. So the thing is, spirit, your spirit team, they are communicating with you all the time. And they're bringing through thoughts and ideas of what you can do to actually bring in more money. But if you're not aware of it, you are missing the conversation altogether and you're missing the opportunities. So before I start getting into the part about spirit, let's address the first thing, and that is self-worth. So whenever I work with clients and we're talking about money and how to manifest money, the first thing that I check in with them is, what is your money story? And so the money story is how you grew up in your household. What was your parents' conversation around money? Did they say that we don't have enough, that we can't afford it? Was your dad really concerned about money where he would like really keep it tightly and he would barely loan out any money or give out any money because he was really saving it for a rainy day? Did mom do a lot of shopping because she enjoyed shopping, and then after her shopping sprees, then maybe there was not enough money at the end of the month? So, were you in a family where the money was up and down? It wasn't always consistent. Hey, Shanice, good to see you. Welcome. And so, if you were in a situation where the money wasn't consistent, you may have picked up your parents' money story. And the thing is you don't realize that just because you grew up that way doesn't mean that you have to keep that same money story. You can actually change it. So Shanice says that you had 12 sisters and brothers and you were very poor. So with that, that could be a scarcity thing for you. So you might find yourself as really holding on to money because you want to make sure that you have enough. and you might not treat yourself to things when you want it unless it's like on an absolute sale. So if that makes sense to you, definitely let me know in the comments, because the way that we grow up is how we behave as adults, and it's how we treat money. So the thing is, let's say that you're married and you have a partner. Now you have to consider your partner's, how do they respond to money, and how did they grow up in their household. So then when you and your partner comes together, there could be friction. So a lot of times with couples, there's arguments when it comes to money, because maybe one comes from a household where there was an abundance of money and there was no problems and money was always coming in and going out, and maybe your partner was in a situation where there wasn't enough money, and so it's like, let's hold on to every dime, let's not really go on vacation, let's not do anything, we're just going to save money all the time. And so with that, there's a lot of friction. So the important part is self-worth. You want to make sure that you are worthy to receive money. So this is like a second thing that we go into, like, what is the conversation that's going on in your head? How do you feel if you were to receive a large amount of money? Do you have a concern that you'll have family members that are going to want to borrow money from you, or they're going to expect for you to take care of them? So there's a lot of beliefs, and there's a lot of talk in our head that goes on about money. So you definitely want to make sure that you tune into that and see what that is and how you're stopping it. The other thing is, you really want to play ideas. So as spirit begins to give you ideas through intuition, so they will give you ideas of what you can do in order to make money. And so as you begin to get these ideas, you're going to really want to play them close to the chest. Because if you play it close to the chest, it's where you can protect it. It's where it incubates. So think about it as having a seed within you. You're pregnant with this seed. You want to nurture it. You want to take care of it. And you don't want to reveal it until it's ready. So if you share your ideas too quickly, those well-meaning family members or friends that are around you can actually talk you out of the idea that you have or moving forward. So you got to know that whenever spirit gives you an idea, it is your idea alone. It is meant for you to carry it out. And if others don't understand it, it's because it wasn't given to them. So if you have a thing about being accepted and getting people's approval before you do something, that is also part of a self-worth that we can look at. And if you need to get people's buy-in, you're going to find that it's really difficult for you to manifest money, because people like to keep you in the box where they've always known you, and they don't like to see you grow or change. Because when you grow and change, it triggers something in them, and it means that it's time for them to level up too. And they may not be ready for that. It might not be comfortable for them. So that's why it's really important to keep it to yourself. Now, here's the key. You have to believe in it before you receive it. So if you're the type to say, I believe it when I see it, you're going to have a really tough time. But when you believe in it first, so think about it, like maybe if you were going to plant a garden and you have a pack of seeds. When you take out the pack of seeds and you put them into the soil, they don't automatically pop up overnight. You just know that these seeds, that they're going to grow into flowers, right? So the same thing about what you want to manifest as far as the money that you want to bring in, or maybe it's time to get another car because your car hasn't been quite working correctly. So you want to make sure that you can manifest enough money to bring in the car. So I see that Shanice responded, and you say that I try to hold on to it but can't hold on to money, that it goes fast. So that is so true, because here's the thing, whenever you grip or you hold on to something, you stop the flow, you stop the energy, and it doesn't move. So you have to actually have an open hand when it comes to money, so that it's energy, so it flows. So just like you can't hold water in your hands, it's going to slip out. Same thing with money. You have to be relaxed enough to let it come in and out. Yeah, thank you so much for commenting. That is so true. So the thing is that as you start to manifest, Now, people will start to look at you and maybe they could start to get a little jealous. So sometimes we do really well and we'll manifest. It's like, hooray. And then someone will say maybe a snarky comment or a sly comment. You might take offense to it. You may lean back a little bit like, oh my goodness, it's more important for me to be liked than to upset you. And so you might let it go away. So these are things that we look at when I speak with clients because whenever you're manifesting, it's also important to let the next version of you begin to step up. That's going to allow the consistent flow to happen and to allow it to work. So the person that you are now, that you may be a little intimidated, you might be shy, you may be like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I can do this. That person is going to struggle with it. But as you step into the next version of you that becomes more confident, that starts to own it, and that appreciates it and allows it to come in, it's much easier. So let's talk about how spirit give you ideas. So let's say that you're really good at making soap, and spirit might say, okay, it's time for you to share these skills with others and you can teach them how to make soap. So it might require you to get on a Facebook Live and talk about your soap making skills. It might require you to do a show and tell and show how pretty your soaps are and how they're packaged and how you put them up in the bowl. And then the last thing I want to talk about is taking action. So whenever spirit gives you an idea, it's important that you take action, because when you do, that means you're on the verge of manifesting money and that it's going to happen. But if you don't take action, if you don't implement, nothing happens. So let's say that your action steps are, you're like, okay, spirit gave me this idea to create some soap. Okay, so I know that I need to get on Facebook Live to share about it. So one action step that you can do is start to practice, like film yourself, see how you're on camera. How do you show the soap? Are you blocking it? Like, are you really interactive with people, even though that they're not in your face? How's your energy? If you could offer them a class on Zoom, I'm going to walk you step by step on a soap making class, and then have a lot of fun with it, and then ask people to share. So it's going to also require that you use your voice, that you get out of your comfort zone. So that could be something else that you're holding on to when it comes to self-worth. So all of these things are going to get triggered. They're going to start to come up. But in order for you to get out of relying on other people to provide you money, because that's really unstable, and you being able to make your own money, it's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. So the example that I give you with soap, it also works if you're making candles, if you're making jewelry, if you're making incense, whatever product or service that you offer. You can absolutely, when spirit gives it to you, be open to it, allow yourself to enjoy it, because people are actually looking for what you offer. But if you don't get out of your comfort zone, they won't know that you exist. So I see Shanice says that spirit gave me making candles and I made money doing it. And it faded away, so after a while. So you know what? There was a reason why I brought up making candles. So maybe Shanice, that was for you to start doing that again in order to bring in some additional money. So I love that you're on this call and that they gave that to me and you're absolutely sharing it. Okay. So, and then look, I love this. So we have someone else here on the comments section that's asking Shanice to do an inbox. Yeah. So you know what? The thing is that you just want to make sure that you listen to spirit, that you really enjoy yourself and you have a lot of fun, and that you start to allow the money to come in. So one of the things that I can do to help you is I'm doing free calls right now, and it's called Spiritual Money. So with this call, I did set some time aside on my calendar, and we can absolutely have this conversation on a deeper level just to see how I can help you. So if you've been really struggling with manifesting money, I would love to be able to help you to see you get out of your situation so that you could start making money consistently. You can really get out of the stress and the worry and the concern of not having enough money to cover your bills. and then making sure that you have more than enough money at the end of the month so that you're not stressed out and that you can really enjoy yourself. And so I've included the link right here in the body of the message. So be sure to click on that if you would like that. Another thing that I have coming up, so if you like mediumship and you want to develop your mediumship and you want to know more about it, I am doing a free online masterclass this Thursday. And so we're going to talk about the 5 steps of mediumship. I'm going to share with you how you can hold your link in order to get in information from Spirit consistently. I'm going to share with you my 2-step technique on relationships and how I know if I have a grandmother or a grandfather stepping forward. I'm going to share that with you. And I'm also going to do some mini readings as well. So if you're interested in that, the URL to join us is mediumship.eventbrite.com. And then the last thing that I have coming up, so if you like receiving messages from the other side, you enjoy that type of atmosphere, Clayton Silva and I, we have an online event together. It is on Saturday, October 24th. We do have early bird tickets available. And if you'd like to join us, that link is csmessages.eventbrite.com. So Shanice says, yes, that you signed up for it. So I'm really excited. Cannot wait to check in with you. So I just want to say thanks so much for joining. I have so much fun doing these lives, and I actually am currently in the works of something else where I'm going to be helping you with money, even on a deeper level. So look out for that. I'll be posting about it soon. So take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.